Do you eat pieces of shit for breakfast?
Just this movie.
Nah, it's not my take.
Welcome to a special edition of the United States of Formula One. The guys watched the new Happy Gilmore movie, and here's what they think. Take it away, boys.
USF1 movie edition.
A little special review. We got Cookie.
Nicky.
And we are bringing you our very deep dive of Happy Gilmore 2.
Review, yes. I would like to start because I already
Getting
know your
off there,
thoughts.
though. We did the F1. We usually do Senna stuff, Formula One related, but I think this was, from our generation, such a big movie 30 years ago that I wanted to bring my take on it, and it's a good one.
No, it's not. We got, I don't know why you introduced yourself as Cookie during the show. You should have just said Boogie.
Yeah.
You should have just said Cookie, Boogie, because Boogie usually does this with me. But Cookie is going to do it because he's going to act and be very stoic and very negative towards this very, very great movie.
I don't think I have quite the negativity of Boogie in my soul. I'll find a way to soften up as this goes on.
Yeah.
But I'm going to come out right away and say I didn't like it.
Okay, so let's go here. Negatives.
Okay.
So that I can at least say my thoughts on your dumb negative.
Okay. My biggest fear on a sequel is that it's going to either, especially on a comedy, it's going to replay the same jokes. Now, I thought they did a decent job of not redoing every joke. I'll give them that. But the problem was everyone's seen Happy Gilmore countless times. Anyone that went to see this, for sure, they would have done the typical, I'm going to rewatch the first one to remind myself of it, or someone like you or I has already seen it 100 times.
Yes.
For them to have to start the movie with a recap of the old one, or throughout the movie put little pieces of the old movie where they would like make a reference to it, that was fine enough. You don't need to then go to a 30-second segue of like, oh, remember, this is what happened. Yeah, we already know. You already talked about it. We've all seen it. I thought it treated the audience like they were idiots. And I know it's a goofy, fun movie, but just make it goofy and fun without feeling like you have to pull a wagon with a 4-year-old in it the whole way.
Well, I think a lot of it was, so you got the Carl Weathers stuff. He's passed away.
Yes.
So you got to reference Carl Weathers. I don't even remember the actor's name, the Jackass guy. They did that, but he's also passed away. So I think that's a reason why they brought some of those comebacks,
rewinds,
the real rewinds. I didn't have a problem with them at all. It kind of just, I mean, my kids are old enough now to watch the movie. They're 2 and 4, so I'm just kidding. But they're old enough to watch the movie. They're old enough to watch the first movie because the first movie was much more vulgar.
Yes.
I think the first movie had to have been rated R.
I don't remember.
I mean, he dropped a lot of F-bombs and punched Bob Barker.
They bleeped out a lot in this. I expected this to be as or even more vulgar than the first, and they peeled it back.
They tried to, and they had to keep it because he's just as crazy as he was when he was a kid. So they kept it like that, but they just kind of bleeped it out. So I did like that.
They did bleep a lot.
They can bring it to more families and maybe do a younger. And I think it was for the younger audience that possibly didn't ever watch the movie. I think that's why they did it.
Then make 2 versions because it's on Netflix, so you could have an unedited actual version and then make like a family-friendly version that bleeps them out. I don't know. Happy Gilmore is dropping F-bombs. He's up there beating people with his club. Yeah. And to say that it's made for the kids is stupid because it's a nostalgia movie. It's made for us. It's made for us that watched it as kids. And now that generation has the money and the funds. Mm-hmm. But you got to make it for us.
But he has kids now and 2 daughters. So
I know.
He's got to, and they were in it.
They did a lot of that.
His wife was in it and his 2 daughters.
Typical Adam Sandler movie where all his buddies are going to be in it. And now all of his buddies have kids. So his kids are in it. He has all these children of his friends were making cameos in it. And when you were alluding to...
He's the best friend ever to have.
He is. He's a great dude and he's a great friend. That doesn't always make a great movie.
Yeah.
And I think when you're talking about them doing those little like back stories or they're showing the previous movie, they kind of did that in the, not giving too much of a spoiler alert, but the graveyard scene. When they showed all the tombstones of the previous people and him and Shooter are fighting around him,
Mista Mista was my favorite.
that was enough for me. Like, that is giving an homage to all these deceased actors that couldn't be in this movie. You didn't have to show their role from 29 years ago. People can go watch that movie. You can do it through that. You have 6, 7 headstones. And I thought that was a good idea. I don't think they had to do any more than that.
So I'll agree on one thing, and you and Boogie kind of alluded to it. I can watch the original Happy Gilmore 20, 40. I've watched it hundreds, maybe more times than that. And you said like this, Boogie didn't hate it actually. That's why he's not on camera, which is weird. But
He hated it.
he said, I liked it. It was one of the best Adam Sandler movies this year, but I won't watch it again. I've already watched it 3 times.
You have watched it 3. And
watched it 3 times.
I did say to you, I probably need to watch it again, because there have been movies I've watched once, didn't like it, then gave it a chance. Comes with a cult movie. That first one was, back in the day of normal cable, you're flipping through channels, it's on USA, FX, Comedy Central, whatever. It's halfway through the movie and you're like, all right, if Happy Gilmore's on, Billy Madison, Shawshank Redemption, if they're on, I'm just going to leave it on that channel and it's going to be the background noise or I'm going to watch it.
Yeah.
I don't feel like this had that. It was kind of goofy. It was a little disjointed at times. I feel like when they were writing it, they came up with an idea, but then didn't spiral it back into what they were already talking about. It was just kind of like, oh, this is a good idea. This will be funny. Let's just go here.
Well, they had to change the movie up a few times too, because when they were originally doing it, Carl Weathers was supposed to be in it.
Yes.
And so they got to change it up, and then you got to bring his son in. I thought that was funny.
Cool.
I thought that was good. That was funny. Kids were laughing. I was going off of, I died laughing. I watched the movie by myself, just mainly because I didn't know if it was going to be sad and I didn't want to cry in front of anybody. So got that out. Did tear up a little bit just because of the memories of before, just because of the end and stuff like that. But then I watched it with 6 kids and they're just dying laughing. I'm like, that's how I remember watching the original. And now they're watching this one, dying laughing. So that could be another reason why I enjoyed it.
Okay.
But I think I went into the movie hoping that it didn't suck, and I expected it to, and I think, I don't know if maybe you went into it watching it and not liking all the stuff that they added from the first one, where I took it, I was like, okay, add that. I don't know, I liked it, and I think maybe you need to watch it again.
I think that was just one piece. I think that was my first thing that I noticed was all these flashbacks.
Yeah.
But I think it was when you hit a joke too hard, that is designed for the children to keep laughing. But I thought it was hilarious when he was an alcoholic and he's drinking out of these clever little things. This putter has a cap, the cuckoo clock, there's all places. But then when you've done it 50, 60 times, you're like, okay.
I think it was like 12 times. I laughed every time.
You can come back to it later.
It was something new.
Like, you can come back to it later, like do it 3 times and then come back and be like, that's a punchline, it's funny. But when you've hit it so many times, and also like with the golf balls, I think slapstick is funny. Somebody gets hit, somebody gets hurt. But to have montages where it's just a guy hit with a golf ball, hit with a golf ball, hit with a golf ball over and over, I think you're just slamming the point in that just, it makes me feel as a viewer, I know it's a comedy, I know it's funny, but you make me think that you think I'm an idiot. And this is the only way that I can laugh. It doesn't have to be clever at all. Like, I like some clever humor in there too.
Yeah, but you got to remember it's for 40 or plus year olds like us.
Yeah.
And for 12-year-olds, it's built for that. So they have to mix. It's got to be a mixture.
Yeah.
It's got to be a mixture.
Yeah.
And he's not, when he made the first movie, he was 29 years old, 30 years ago. So I don't know, he's 50-something now? I don't know, you're the math guy here.
He's got to be in his 50s.
50s?
Yeah.
I mean, do you think they should have just never remade the movie? I think it was good enough, a good enough remake, for sure. And it made me smile. But it's better, would you say that they would have been better just leaving it alone? Disagree with you. I think it's
I will say the movie that they came out with, they should have left it alone. But that being said, I think they had to make a sequel to this because, one, he has Netflix deals. He has to make X amount of movies. He has these contracts. And this is one he's probably been asked about his whole life. Like, it would be kind of difficult to make a second Billy Madison.
Yeah, you can't.
It's like, what's he not going to go back through school again? This one is logical. Like, oh, you played golf when you were a kid.
Now you can play golf.
You have a family. Things change. Now you go back and you get into golf. So I think logically there's a good storybook of how you could make a script. I just think they kind of failed on it. The one thing I did like was all the cameos. You
the
knew they were going to be there.
So many.
There were a ton. I liked the golfers because I'm into golf, so I liked seeing you have the Colin Morikawas and Brooks Koepkas and Ricky Fowler and Rory McIlroy and Bryson DeChambeau, and then the old timers, Jack Nicklaus, Lee Trevino. There's a funny line with Jack Nicklaus. There's Freddie Couples gets a funny line. So I think those moments with those golfers were the funniest because you've seen them on the course. You know they're not actors, and when they deliver a good line, like Jack Nicklaus did, I thought the best one was Scotty Scheffler. He was hilarious.
Scheffler.
And I don't know if they kind of did some casting ahead of time and maybe had them do some trial runs to see if they were any good at acting, if they could deliver it, or if they said this guy has to do this because it goes off some real life events that happened.
Just to let you know, too, all the golfers, Eminem, great cameo, Travis Kelce, Bad Bunny, who was the caddy.
His wasn't a cameo. His was a role.
His was a role.
He had a role, and Bad Bunny did a great job.
He did not get paid. Neither did he didn't get paid for the movie, neither did any of the golfers for their cameos. Eminem didn't accept one dime. So I think if Adam Sandler is going to call you and say, I want you to be in Happy Gilmore 2, Travis Kelce, I don't know if I mentioned him, if he's going to call you to be in Happy Gilmore 2, I'm going to do it for free.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I think all the golfers growing up, because they all grew up seeing Happy Gilmore, that's like the spoof of their sport. So they all know the movie. They can all quote it. They probably talk about it in the locker room. Yeah. They all wanted to be in it. They didn't have to be asked. They're like, please, God, call me. Let me be in it. I think someone like Bad Bunny, he had a role. I'm surprised he's not paid and he did great. Eminem's, there was a lot of hype about his cameo. I didn't love it. I thought it was short and it was better, I guess, than I expected him to do, but I've seen him in 8 Mile and he did a great job in that. I wasn't.
He had to be
excited.
the jackass guy. I mean, so he had, the Sizzler in the sky. I love it. Because you watch, my kids didn't realize, I was like, the Sizzler, that's what he was always talking about. So there was points where I had to explain on stuff like that in the movie. It was from the first one that they didn't remember because they didn't watch Happy Gilmore 150 times like I did.
But most people are going to go, when there's a sequel out, you rewatch the first one a couple days prior and then you watch it. So it freshens
you're not going
up.
to take it in. Like we actually watched Happy Gilmore a few weeks ago. Mm-hmm. Just randomly, I just put it on. And we can sit there and recite the whole entire movie.
It's annoying to anyone that's sitting around us. Yeah. Typically, women hate it when they watch movies with men, especially comedies, because you're just ruining the movie by quoting
saying it before it even is said.
Yes.
So, and my kids can't do that. Your kids probably can't recite the whole entire movie.
No.
So I think it was built for a younger age as well as us. And I'm glad you mentioned the cameos. Scotty Scheffler, the fact that they they brought the jail portion back was hilarious.
That was awesome.
I mean, not again. And then at the end, he's in the jail cell and he stays because they got chicken tenders that night.
He's like, "What's for dinner tonight? I'll stay one more night." That was funny.
He did a great job.
He did, and there were parts that were great. John Daly was awesome.
John Daly was hilarious.
I mean, he was probably the highlight for me was John Daly or a couple of these little one-liners by the golfers. I don't know. I just felt like maybe I wanted too much out of it. Maybe I thought it was going to be a better story. The first one was such a good story. This one just seemed discombobulated, and I liked that the villain changed, I guess.
Yeah, Shooter.
Could have been Shooter.
Good guy. I love that they kept
started
him
like you thought Shooter was going to be the villain again, and then he loves the game so much. And
I honestly thought he was going to escape. And I thought he was going to escape and
the asylum.
Be a crazy guy and be the bad guy. So
and he kind of
love that he wasn't the bad guy.
No, because and I guess another issue I have is that the villain is basically like the Live Tour. They're basically saying this new tour of golf. That's kind of what they thought would be what Happy wanted, but he didn't. He kind of respected the game because of his wife, and that's of course why Shooter went against the villain because he respects the game. But I just thought it was ironic, and maybe they did it on purpose, and I'm too stupid to see it. But the Live Tour, this Arabian tour that's kind of taken over and taken all these good golfers like DeChambeau and Koepka, was the villain. And yet in the final scene, when you have these 5 golfers trying to compete against them to see which tour lives on, Koepka and DeChambeau are playing with the PGA Tour, with the good guys. When in real life, they're playing with the villain. They're on the Live Tour. So I don't know if they did it as kind of a sleight of hand because they don't care. They got their check.
So
from Saudi.
you're possibly disliking a portion of the movie because of that, because of the Maxi stuff. Because one, I don't watch golf.
I guess
I didn't pick up on that whatsoever. So that had no bearing on me on the movie at all. I know some golfers, like McIlroy, or is that his name?
Rory.
Rory. He was in it. Scheffler. I couldn't name any of the other ones. I know there's some because
They were all
brother watches, and then they're in the room.
They're in that one scene with the gold jackets. Yeah.
I don't know how big the sport of golf is I don't know how big it is. I have no idea. You just named 47 golfers, and I know 2.
I know the sport
Tiger
pretty well.
Woods.
And maybe this goes back
That's
to
it.
the way Boogie didn't like the F1 movie because it wasn't authentic to Formula One.
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't like it as much because if you're going to bring all these cameos in and you're going to bring in these golfers, maybe it needs to be more realistic. Not the actual golf itself, but their backstories. And maybe there's not a lot of people like me watching it that know about Bryson and Koepka.
Golfers and golf people that watch golf, but you wouldn't catch me dead watching golf.
No.
Maybe like if I had a lot to drink that day and I really wanted to take a nap and there was nothing else on, golf would be it. Or NASCAR.
What if we bet on it? You can bet on golf. Would that get you into it?
No, I don't know anything about it. So, the cameos you liked, I think you need to watch it again. I loved it. It brought back just memories of watching the movie when I was a kid. I went into it expecting it to suck because I didn't expect it could be, as good as they made it. Was it perfect? No, I don't know how you really could make it perfect. A lot of people were upset that they killed the wife. I thought that made sense if you go back to the other movie. He accidentally kills Chubbs.
Yeah.
They just stayed kind of with the same thing. He even said to Virginia in the first one, get away from me now, everybody I get close to, or run and leave because everybody I get close to dies. And she goes, oh, no. So, that's another thing. And that's what happened.
Maybe that's a good thing. When you go into something with expectations, that can be a bad thing. So you went in thinking it was going to suck. And it exceeded your expectations. I went in fearful that it was going to be a copycat, but I'd read some reviews, no spoilers, but that it was better than expected. So I go in there thinking, okay, this is going to be a good story, so then I'm disappointed. So I think maybe we went in with different expectations.
No, and if you think about it, they had to kill Virginia. It's the only really I don't know what else, how another story really can make sense on why he would need to be broke and bring golf back. Because if it was just he's still playing golf, how is that going to be a good movie?
And
this brings him back.
He's out of money.
He goes down a bad road, comes back, tries to help out his daughter, who's his real daughter, and his wife was in there. And
I would say the only reason she had to die was because of his reason for fighting against the bad guys. So the bad guys are this crazy tour with explosions, and it's not golf. It's more of it's like some theatrics.
Yeah,
And they thought Happy Gilmore was this. This is built for you. This is who you are. You brought these weird people into golf 30 years ago. This is built for you. And then he turned them down because he said, my wife, who I killed, would not want me to do this. She loved the sport, so because of her, I want the traditions of golf to stick around. So that made sense why they had to knock her off.
The only thing that I'll say that I had negative is comedy, awesome, storyline. The only thing that I didn't really love, which you make more sense out of it because the live tour, was the Maxi stuff, and it just wasn't normal golf.
Yeah.
But at least they did a lot of the dumb things golfing in the snow and all that random stuff.
The 1,000-yard hole at the end.
Actually, to be honest with you, the only hole I liked was the 1,000-yard hole because he was able to outdrive the guy, which makes, and he was able to say his thing. But as far as the bunker being there and the things spinning around, I think they had to make it different. I didn't love it. I'm not going to tell Adam Sandler, who's been producing movies and makes movies, how to do his job better. I liked it. There's no way you can't be better than the original. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
You can't be better than the original, but it exceeded my expectations.
Why don't you talk to the Rocky franchise about that? Because you can be better than the original. You just got to work and you have to have good script writing.
Well, we'll do a Rocky movie review coming up next because Hulk Hogan was in that, R.I.P.
Oh, yeah. He was Thunderlips? I think it was Thunderlips in Rocky 3.
I dated a girl named Thunderlips.
Really?
No. Is there any positives that you would like to give to the movie? So that
No, I feel like
we're going to put shorts on here, and now we're going to get so much hate. And I'm going to say, don't blame me.
I feel like I've been going back and forth and explaining
this is
what I liked, what I didn't like. But, I mean, I think just in this discussion alone, I think I definitely just need to watch it again.
Yes.
I think I will probably, the things I didn't like, I'll dislike more. Maybe I'll find some things that I like
Did you watch
now.
it by yourself, or did you watch it with your kids?
I watched it with Johnny on his birthday.
Okay. Watch it. Your kids can watch it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Watch it with your kids.
Okay.
See the reactions. See how much they like the movie.
Okay.
And maybe that's why I liked it more, was seeing reactions from not only my kids, but Jonah was there. Cruz and Miles were there, getting their reactions too, and being like, okay, that's how hard I laughed when I was 12 years old.
Okay. So. I'm not saying, I'm not in a boogie world here where I hated it. I just was disappointed.
Okay.
So I'm going to watch it again.
Watch it with the kids.
I'll be
in the back window, just looking.
And I'm going to be looking around the background for more golfer cameos, because I know I saw most of them, but I think there's a few I probably missed, and be like, oh, and I want to watch it with you and point out the golfers. And then I'll pause it, and I'll be like that annoying girlfriend who's like, do you know this guy here?
That's Charles.
He won the U.S. Open in 2021.
So I think you rewatch it. We won't do another review on it. I liked it. Let's just do our little rating. Every time I rate with Boogie, he is under a 5. So let's see.
Okay.
Above 5 for the movie. Rank it 1 out of 10.
You rank it first. I gotta think.
Okay, so I'm going to. Okay. Original Happy Gilmore was obviously a 10.
Okay.
Nostalgic wise. Right?
It's a comedy. You're not ranking it against like The Godfather. You're ranking against other comedies.
Yeah, so I'm ranking it like against Happy Gilmore.
Okay.
Which was, I'm going to say, a 10.
Okay.
1996, one of the best movies. Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore. I mean, his production company is called Happy Madison.
Yes.
And I'm going to give it, I'll give it an 8. I was going to give it a 7.5, but I'm actually going to pop it up to a 8. A 10 I can watch 100 times. An 8 I can watch a few times
I feel like
a
you're
year.
only saying that because there's an 8 right there.
It was the first thing I saw. If you give it a 1, I'm going to kill you.
No. I'm going to give the first Happy Gilmore a 9.2.
Okay, a 10.
Because I think you got to think, what's the greatest comedy? Do you think it's the...
It's the greatest golfing movie
I think
of all
there can
time.
only be one 10, right? A 10 is a 10 is a 10. It's the greatest you've ever seen. So is that just Happy
I'm
Gilmore?
rating it... Okay,
Is the original Happy Gilmore the greatest comedy you ever saw?
No, I'm going to go with the best golfing movie of all time.
Well, you're going against Tin Cup, and that's the only other one I can think of. So I'm going to give the
10
original Happy Gilmore
that.
against all other comedies a 9.2.
Okay.
I'm going to give the second one a 5.1.
5.1. He's got to watch it
I'm
again.
going to go above 5, but barely.
But barely.
I'm not going to be Boogie. I want to be barely.
Not going to be a boogie. 'cause
Barely
he gives
Boogie.
Stuff 3s and 4s. I think he gave a 4.9 one time just to stay under the 5 mark.
Yeah.
So you're just going to give it a 5.2 to get right over
5.1.
the
5.1. Don't you dare.
Just to get right over.
Yeah.
So you're not as big of a dick as Boogie.
No, I'm barely Boogie.
0.1 above him. Okay.
Yep.
I like it. Rewatch it. In the comments.
You have to watch it.
In the comments.
You have to watch it.
Don't talk crap to me.
All
His
right.
name is Boogie. I mean Cookie. Boogie 2.0.
Enough. Go watch it. There's funny moments. See what you think. There's a lot of plot holes. It's all right. It's comedy. You tell me. Love ya.
Happy!
Follow us on YouTube at the United States of F1 and on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at United States F1. Join us next time on USF1. Like and subscribe. Copyright Brugman Media Limited 2025. Love ya.